Now, for example, if I want to earn or accumulate one for every million peso that I want to accumulate, if my target is 20 years, I need, or 30 years, I need 10 million. For example, that's for my my
retirement,
for example. For every million, how much should I save? So, assess mo yung risk mo ngayon. Do you know that if you earn 20% every year, cumulatively, you only need to save 65 pesos a day for every million? Okay. So if you want 10 million, 650 pesos. That's less than 33 pesos a day. Right? That's the amount you spend for smoking, maybe.
Right.
So if you can risk 650 a month, or 65 pesos a month, rather, 650 if it's 10 million that you're after.
Right.
Siguro you can take a bigger risk at least pera eh.
A month or a day?
A month.
A month.
650
in 30 years. Right. Okay.
Cumulative. At earning at 20%. Although sabihin natin walang guarantee. I'm just trying to demonstrate
but
the
that's
risk
even a
assessment.
But that's even a calculated risk. I mean, because it's not a risk as if, you know, it's a risk that you can actually really control.
Well, you can control it in the sense that to get that 10 million, 650 pesos is, I think, something you can risk. That's what you spend in one day in the mall. Eh?
Right.
So you can take that risk. Now, if that's the only money you have, then you won't take that risk to go after 20%. You'll go after an investment that will generate 10% less risk.
But you also know, I hate to use this word, I'm really sorry because this is not original, but you also know what is permissible risk. Di ba? Ikaw ang makakapagsabi sa sarili mo.
Tatlong susi natin, apat na susi natin sa buhay to generate wealth. Time is what we have.
Of course.
Rich or poor, we have 24 hours a day. Di ba? Now, what do we do with time? That's a challenge. We can use it by playing billiards every day. Just wait for the remittance of mama on the 15th and enjoy. Billiard na naman. And 30th, meron na naman. That's
so you have
happening.
you have the choice and you have the power with what to do with the time. Okay.
Now, if you're saving, you accept the message that you have to pay yourself. You need time to grow that.
That's the second one.
The second. How do you grow it? Compounding your money. Compounding simply means leaving your money alone. If it's in an instrument that generates 10-15% a year, leave it alone. Interest on interest, interest on interest. Roll your money.
Okay.
The third, because 95% of Filipinos really were not born with money. You know? Intellectual capital lang tayo. Maybe education over time.
Which is fine. Which is fine. Fabulous.
That's wealth.
Yes, it's
that's
wealth.
a primary mover for wealth generation.
Right, okay.
We need to use the three kinds of what I call leverage, or yung panikwas, to give us more capital or resources. Three kinds yan. People leverage. If you have like-minded individuals, then we can learn from each other. I teach you what I know, you teach me what you know. We generate opportunities for us together, like cooperatives and other associations.
All right.
Then good debt, that's leverage. You have 200,000 pesos to buy a particular franchise, you borrow another 200,000. So instead of making only, let's say, 100,000 every year, now you make 200,000, less whatever cost of debt. That's good debt.
Magandang utang.
Good debt.
Okay.
Hindi yung debt na pinambili ng bagong cellphone.
At ipinamili ng bagong sasakyan.
Iba yan.
Hindi ba? Na nagde-depreciate. Okay, the third one.
That increases. The third one is bakas. Pooling.
That's right.
Di ba sa, which is mutual funds, for
Alam ko
example.
yan, bakas tayo.
Ang minimum na investment, sige natin, 10,000. 1,000 lang pera ko eh. Bakas ako.
Right.
So that's leverage.
Okay.
So if you don't have that minimum yet, start with what you have. Have that winning experience. Then it becomes a habit.
Okay. Tatlo pa lamang po yun. The fourth key.
Ang apat is the most important.
Which is?
What in finance is called asset allocation. Meaning, don't put your eggs in one basket. The most powerful tool to manage risk.
Okay. Can you be more specific with asset allocation?
Very simple example. Ako, pananggabiyahe ko sa isang lugar na I'm not familiar with. Yung pera ko, isang bulsa meron, sa isang bulsa meron, sa front pocket meron, sa wallet meron. Madukutan naman ako sa isa. Pwede pa.
Totoo.
That's asset allocation. Ay na-manage ko yung risk.
That's right.
So, the principle in asset allocation, yung mga ginagawa mo, sana hindi correlated. Meaning, independent factor siya. Halimbawa, nag-invest ka sa lupa, nag-invest ka sa stocks, nag-invest ka sa gold. Walang masyadong correlation yan.
Ah, okay.
That's the best. That's the ideal. Okay? That's the fund management principle. The best modern portfolio theory kung tawagin nila. The most uncorrelated.
Topax, and you don't even have to understand certain businesses because there are people who are experts who can help you understand these businesses. Kasi kadalasan, ang mindset, again, that mindset is, I'm not going to go into a business. I'm not going to invest my money on a business that I do not understand. So tama lamang, may flower shop kami, nag-aantay kami ng dividends ngayon. Meron kami ditong ahensya, meron ka ditong...
Asset allocation yun.
Asset allocation yun.
Yung tawag na, you manage risk. Bumagsak mo na isa, angat na isa, you're okay.
Right. Okay.
The probability lahat sila babagsak, mababa.
And you're managing risk in the process.
That is the way
Okay.
to...
There's a nagging question in my head right now. Kasi kanina, sa umpisa ng ating pag-uusap, sabi mo, for as long as you start to earn a peso, you can already apply wealth management, di ba?
Correct.
Halimbawa, I earn 12,000 a month.
Okay.
I can hardly support my family. Paano ko gagawin yan? Halimbawa,
Why do you say you can hardly support?
because I have 5 children, I'm sending them to school,
Okay.
and you know, I cannot budget properly. In other words, at problema ito, Topax, ng maraming pamilya,
Correct.
hindi kasya ang kinikita sa gastusin.
Okay. That's true, and a lot of people are in that position. How come? Yung mga nire-refer sa amin, janitors that earn 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 are up to their next in debt, 60,000 in credit cards, 70,000. Pag tinatanong ko, saan mo ginamit? Sa binyag ng anak. Pinagsabay daw niya, nakasave siya. Yung bagong panganak at saka yung 1-year-old, nagpa-party siya. Nakasave siya, masaya pa siya. Umutang siya ng 6,000. Okay. Nung nilista namin, lahat ng halos expenses postponable or not even essential. Tapos sasabihin mong hirap ka. The other day I was watching in one of your newscasts. They were interviewing this lady earning 10,000. Yung dalawa anak niya, kailangan doon yung bilhin niya ng cellphone. Okay. Nag-aaral ng...
I get a point, guys. I really get a point. I get a point.
Yeah.
Totoo yan. We really have to assess. We have to evaluate.
Choose your lifestyle and have
Right.
the discipline.
Ganun kasimple. I think that's a very important commandment. Choose your lifestyle and live within your means.
That's right.
Basically.
And that will improve.
Totoo. And that also takes a lot of courage, a lot of humility, and a lot of honesty.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I thought that just by putting money in the bank was going to make me happy. You know, and I know this is shared by a lot of people eavesdropping at this conversation. I didn't realize until I browsed through your book that money can actually work for you. How does that happen? We will learn when we come back. Here in Private Conversations with author, entrepreneur, and financial advisor, Topax Colayco. Stay with us. Back in a moment.